Greetings, listeners. Your host for the night, Zach, here again, introducing you to another episode of The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast. This show and all our content are brought to you by the generous support from TJ, Rainweaver, Alec, and KJ, as well as all of our Ko-fi supporters and donators. Thank you very much. This is our last regular episode of The Call for the foreseeable future. Restrictions in Canada got tighter and we won't be meeting anytime soon. However, here is all the projects we are actively working on and you can still expect during lockdown. The Call 1973. A radio play scripted project following a series of investigators returning to a haunted medical outpost after the Vietnam War. This show will be free and continuing on this exact channel once ready. Unnamed Cortex Prime Show. A Ko-fi subscriber exclusive once a month that we will be recording this project via Skype. This Victorian-era gothic horror will follow an unlikely gang of beings, both monster and hunter, as they learn the secrets of the world of Whalemore. Spacers! We're looking at scheduling together on Skype to continue Spacers during lockdown, so be staying tuned to that. Chronicles, an audiobook-style retelling of a game held outside of TGS hours as a Ko-fi monthly exclusive. World-building workshops. In conjunction with our Wednesday world-building live streams on Twitch, we'll be starting weekly videos recapping these worlds that anyone can use for their own table games. We've still got additional merch items in limited stock en route to us, so what are you waiting for? Go support us down on Ko-fi and get in with all the quarantine content and limited item drops. Or head to the main site and grab a shirt, sweater, or a mug. But for now.
The previous report from our investigators. Montgomery has revealed himself. Somewhat, with everyone but Marion either sharing in a shared psychosis or something other. The spectral form of Montgomery assists the investigators on the greater workings of the investigation. The team now plan to move ahead with the rescue of Alastair from the SIlver Twilight Lodge.
Okay, I believe we ended off with we're fucked by Amos.
Yeah?
Continue.
Yeah, we're fucked.
You were talking about Albert
Goal.
Goal, and you were talking about the Silver Twilight Lodge.
Yeah, we need to go to the said SIlver Twilight Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a chance we might be dealing with two Sin Eaters. I don't know what that means.
Either way, we need to go.
We should probably get Simon to come with us then.
Yeah, let us know how we can stop a Sin Eater.
But he was... Yeah, and by the time we get back, Mr. Black will probably be back with the chest, and we'll continue that line of investigation then. But
That's fair.
we should focus on rescuing Alastair at the moment.
Where are we going? We're currently in
I was
on
going to
route.
look
We're
for the
following
dog.
you.
But you did
Oh, that's right.
that.
You're all walking. I keep thinking of you all sitting
We're
down.
walking and talking.
Basically, Althea stood up, started walking, and we all stood up, started walking, and then she started talking, so we just sort of joined in with her.
Sorry, Althea. We just kind of followed you. Where are you going? We didn't even ask.
Oh, it occurred to me that can't remember the last time I saw the dog.
Oh, I hope he hasn't peed anywhere.
Well, it's also a very large house. I'm hoping he's not trapped anywhere.
That would suck.
Yes, it would.
When...
Did we give him a name?
Well, why
Hey,
would we
you.
give him a name?
No, I'm trying to remember. Somebody called him something. No, never mind. That wasn't in
I
game.
literally said, hey, you.
You don't. As you're just wandering around the house, you don't seem to see
Where-
the dog.
Okay.
But I mean, there are people who work here. You could ask.
I'll be asking staff, calling out,
Hey, dog!
whistling, which we already determined does not sound good over.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think, the staff are most likely to know.
Okay, so a nameless staff member seems to be in the
James, one of the staff. We pass. I will go down and check the lab, and I'm assuming the dog's not in the lab.
No.
So on the way back up from the lab, when we get to the main lobby area, James is passing from one room to the next.
Oh, you know his name, but you don't know his job. Okay. No, fair enough. At least you named him.
Passing from one room to the next. And I'll ask, James, have you seen the dog anywhere?
Ma'am?
The dog that came back with us from our last outing.
Oh!
The hound.
Yes.
Do you know where the dog is at the moment?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my fucking god.
Where is he?
Oh, the room Father O'Malley's resting in. The dog's been with him nonstop.
Oh. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This works out because I was going to check in on Father O'Malley as well.
Because we're all just following like a blind posse.
Yeah, we'll go check on him anyway because he wasn't feeling very well.
Okay, so you head to the room. One of the rooms. Well, the room that Father O'Malley is resting in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, he hasn't been himself since. I guess it was a day ago. So it really just seems like forever. But really, time, river, stuff is a
Only a ball of yarn.
Life is a journey.
yes. Yeah. So as you're getting to the room, you're going down the hallway. You see Cadbury leave the room, and Cadbury looks down the hallway and sees all of you. It's like a cohesive unit, which is the usual way now. Not going to split up. Very seldom are we splitting up.
Yeah, every time we say that, we then split up afterwards, so how long that's gonna last. Talking sense, alright.
And Cadbury walks up and is like, "Oh, ma'am?
How is he doing?
Resting, ma'am. Seems weak."
We can... Does it seem like he's injured in any way or just generally exhausted?
Just, seems to be just exhausted, not all there. Like, just... Yeah.
All right.
Just, his condition hasn't changed. I mean, I checked his pulse and, gave him some heroin. It is the 20s. I checked his pulse and, function, bodily functions-wise, he seems to be fine. The dog won't leave the bed.
Okay. Has he been awake enough to have any food or water or?
Basically, a couple of the staff have feed him in his half-lucid state. He doesn't really say anything. Yeah, he just seems like he's dealing with something internally, ma'am.
All right. Well,
I've seen it in the war.
If this is something you're unfamiliar with, Althea, do we need to bring in a different doctor? I don't know anything about psychology.
Thank you.
I'm literally just pointing at her.
I'll take a look and assess to see if something's what's going on. See if I can recognize. Because I would assume from what Cadbury says, I would be familiar with kind of what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It wasn't called PTSD at the time.
No,
Shell
there was shell shock.
Yeah, that's right. So,
But also what you're hearing is sort of like dissociative.
yeah,
He seems to be going into himself. He seems to be...
closing in on himself.
Yeah. There's a term for it. I just can't remember what it is. I'm not perfect, people.
What?
Unacceptable.
Right.
Sandy, check Amos.
You're
You're dead! You're dead!
Into the sun they go.
So, I'll go in. I'll assess the association. My God, I can't talk. I will assess the situation and see if there's anything can be done. Because really, if it's what I think it is, it'll take a lot of time.
Oh.
And it's kind of up to him if he wants to break out of it.
Oh, forgive me. I didn't realize. I thought this was a flu or something.
I think from what Cadbury is suggested, it sounds something mental. So if I'm able to talk to him, if that's okay.
We should.
Fine.
While you do so, we should prepare to leave and talk to Simon. We'll give you some time.
Cool. And I'm just gonna look at Amos and be like, make sure you have my Lee Enfield Mark III.
I like go to make a motion as if to comment on the fact that half of her sight is missing, and then I think better of it.
I'm also going to make you know how the rat was like, what, bring it? Like that kind of...
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. I'm just going to be like...
Agatha is doing the come at me, bro.
Yeah, come at me.
I'm not really sure she knows what that is, but she's doing it. Pretty close.
All right. I mean, you know, the machete wasn't bad. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you down with the.
Thanks.
Fuck.
And I'm gonna go inside the room to check on the dog and on Father.
Okay, so I'm just going to step away from Agatha for a second, just to ask what everyone else is going to be doing during this time.
Looking for Simon.
Looking for Simon, and I guess we need to get ready, prepare to go and check out the lodge.
Simon.
Okay, fair enough. So the party is only is split into two factions.
So
no, it's not a party split up. It's just so I'll take care of one and then the other.
Because what I was going to say is, didn't we just immediately say we'll never split the party again, and then we break off?
Yeah, but you're in a safe place. The house on the hill.
The fucking basement wasn't anyway.
Just don't go into the basement.
Yeah.
Which one?
There's a lot of houses like that.
Or the hedge. We don't talk about the hedge maze.
Or the staff dining room.
Actually, we
go there
brought that
either.
problem in with us.
Mm-hmm. Technically, you brought that problem in.
Whoa. We brought that problem in.
I didn't.
Fuck.
I was at the hospital.
Trying to spread that wealth.
Yeah, she was being an actual good person.
Yeah. I know. Wow. Oh, wow. That just hit me.
No. You hit him.
Maybe by this much.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Yeah, anyway.
You all.
Anyway.
Okay, so you're gonna head off. So I'm gonna stick with Agatha for a couple of minutes then, because you guys are just hunting around for Simon.
Yep.
Okay, Agatha. So as you walk into the room, it's really cozy. The room is laid out. The dog is at the foot of the bed, on the bed, lying down with his head hanging over the bed, and just looks pitiful and cute, and just a dog, because dogs are amazing.
I'm just going to just do the light pat on the head, not like scruffy or anything. Just be like, I kind of acknowledge.
And so it's just like makes a little piteous.
Oh.
And then of course
Yeah.
Father O'Malley is just lying in bed on his back, eyes closed. Seems really pale.
Yeah.
Just seems pale. But yeah.
And curtains are drawn or anything in the room?
Curtains are, so there's the two curtains. There's a light one.
Yep.
You know, the
sheer.
sheer that's closed.
Yeah.
So there is sunlight, because this is daytime. Some sunlight coming in, and the thicker curtains are open.
Right, okay. That's good. I'm just going... Is there a chair beside the bed?
Yes, there is.
I'm going to sit down on the chair and be like... And just introduce me. Father O'Malley? Hey.
And
Hi, good morning.
And his eyes, like, slightly open.
Yeah.
And he sort of looks over.
How are you doing?
Doing okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, just...
It's a lot to take
I don't
in.
feel like I should be here.
Okay. Why
My mind keeps going back to the house. I think that's where I'm supposed to be.
Do you...
So now you've hit the nail really quickly on the head of what the trauma is.
Right.
He spent God knows how long blowing his brains out with a shotgun.
That's right. Yeah.
Over and over and over.
For 11 years.
Yeah.
Right. Why do you think you belong there in such a horrible place? You've been pulled out to somewhere that's safe, to people that care for you. Well, I think
This all feels like a dream.
I could see that for being how long you were trapped.
I might still be back at the house.
I don't think that you are. I think that you would have recognized that if you were back at that house. And it's going to take some time to trust in the reality that you have been pulled out of so forcefully as it was. And it will take time for you to open up a little bit, but I think right now it's good to process. But I don't think it's healthy to convince yourself that you are still trapped in a place that I know that we've pulled you out of. Do you think the house would allow you a reprieve from such an awful thing? You've been somewhere that's safe.
Agatha, I'm going to get you to roll a psychoanalysis check. That has to come up.
6% out of 65.
Ow!
I was excited for you.
6% out of 65. I want you to do something for me on a blank sheet of paper or on a spare part on your sheet. I need you to create 2 columns. One is for successes, and one is for failures. The way this is going to work with Father O'Malley and how he gets through this is completely based on your psychoanalysis checks with helping him, which means that there is a certain number of failures which you will hit, and when you hit it, you fail, and the consequences of that will happen. And then there's a certain number of successes. You need more successes than failures. That's just how these systems work.
Yeah.
That's just how these systems work. But because you rolled an extreme success, you get to put 2 ticks in the success column because it'll count as 2.
Okay.
So as you're talking to him, and I mean, we could spend the whole episode talking back and forth, but from your tone of voice and what you're trying to talk to him, you talk to him for a bit. He mentions, he seems tired, and he puts his arm over and he taps you on the hand, like very affectionately, I guess. You know what I mean? What people do, right?
Yeah.
Like, and lies back and closes his eyes and goes to sleep. But now you have 2 successes toward helping Father O'Malley get out of hell. Okay.
Wow.
It's something your
nicely
character
done.
will have to. Something you will work on.
All right.
Yeah. And he'll stay in bed till we figure it out.
But before I leave, I'm just gonna
Sure.
say, I'm gonna let you rest, but I want you to know that we're gonna be leaving for some more investigation soon. So just rest. I'm sure Cadbury will take care of you, and then I'll go up and I'll give another pat to the dog, and then leave.
Dog seems a bit happier.
Okay. And I'll go and leave and continue to prepare with everybody else to go.
Okay. So I'm just gonna, because you're probably talking to him, let's say an hour.
Yeah.
You're probably with him for an hour. That's the length of a session, right?
Fair enough, yeah.
You're probably with him for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to everyone else who is looking for Simon. It only takes you around 5 minutes. Really. 5 to 10 minutes.
About 30, 35?
No.
It's not that. How does this
Unless you're taking the car to find Simon. Sorry, the Packard Twin 6. Yeah, some of you hate that. So,
5 minutes.
yeah, it takes around 5 to 10 minutes. He's coming from one of the phone rooms. They're like a little bit larger closets with a stool in it with a phone inside. There's always the phone at the main foyer. But there are some of these around the house as well. And he just sort of like walks out. And, what's up?
Yes, Simon, we were hoping to head to the SIlver Twilight Lodge and
Ooh.
just piecing a few things together. We have reason to suspect that Albert Gall will be there.
Oh.
And as you have quite a bit more experience dealing with...
Well, he seems to be a sin eater, yeah. Or one that's
yes.
gone crazy or corrupted
So
by
we-
the sins.
We were hoping you would come with us.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not the best at infiltration, but I will come with you for sure. And then, you mean, anything I can do to help, of course. I mean, this is where Alastair is being held, and we need to save Alastair.
And in preparation, anything you could tell us that might help.
About?
About either where where or how Alastair's being held, or how to deal with Albert Gall.
Oh, well, with Albert Gall, I would suggest to avoid him as much as possible.
That would be preferable.
If he is what I think he is, he's probably quite resilient. I mean, and he sort of gestures toward Amos. He's like, you've probably noticed, Amos, that you're a bit more resilient. You seem quite hearty and hale this morning. I believe you did get hurt quite a bit yesterday, though. But you seem to be in fine physical shape.
So I guess the simple question is, how can we do that to... Let's say I'm believing half of the stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah.
You and I have a connection, is that correct?
Yeah, we're sharing.
So if you get blasted out of a window,
Yeah.
you'd also be fine.
Well, yeah.
Does that mean that Gaul must be tied to someone else? Can be?
Oh, he may be or he may not be. I mean, I wasn't really... I didn't share. I was
Right,
holding
I
it all
chose.
in, but I've been doing it so long now that... I mean, it is a bit of a reprieve, if you will.
How...
But he could be. Quite possibly. It is helpful, especially if it's someone he trusts.
So then, I'm just gonna kind of ask it bluntly, how can we do things to him that are permanent?
Oh,
If it's hard to hurt me, how can we hurt him?
well, I mean, it's hard to hurt you. Maybe you can still be killed. I mean, I have no idea how this is manifested physically for him. Everybody's different. He's probably quite hard to hurt. But it depends on his motivation. I mean, if he's coming at you to hurt you, then, I mean, you're going to do whatever you can to hurt him back.
Right.
But if he's not, then if you go out of your way, I mean,
No.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those situations where, I mean, if you wanted to really stop him, I mean, you shoot him enough times and then, well, yeah. I'll have to give it some thought, is what Simon says.
I'm just worried in case we have to deal with it.
Oh yeah, and that, you're right, it is quite possible. Especially if he's gone so far. Agatha, you're familiar with...
She's not here.
Agatha's not here. Sorry about that. Sorry. He's like, oh, where is she?
Speaking with Father O'Malley.
Oh, yes, that's nice. I'll move on, like I didn't make a mistake.
Awesome.
Yes. That was the Twilight Zone.
I don't know, man.
All right, done.
Anyway.
Okay, everyone. No, yeah, I mean, that's something we may have to deal with when it comes. I'll give it some thought, but, permanently put him down? Ugh. That would take a bit. It takes some out-of-the-box thinking.
But that, by definition, means that it would take them some out-of-the-box thinking to deal with you and me.
Yeah. But let's not forget, SIlver Twilight Lodge, we may be going into the belly of the beast. They may have methods of dealing with who knows what. I mean, I have no idea what would happen if one of those worms crawled into one of us. I mean, would our bodies protect us? I don't know, because it's an unknown unknown, you know, it's just unknown.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering what drove him to this point. But I mean, who knows? There's only so much. I mean, maybe that could have been me on a long enough timeline.
Well, he was quite... We have reason to suspect that he may have became a sin eater shortly after he escaped from an asylum. But he was some of the traits that he has now he had before he escaped. So, I mean, enough of it's possible it could have been predetermined. Is there an ETA on Mr. Black?
Oh, it could take a few hours. Or tomorrow.
So then, yeah, we should do it.
Yeah, it could be a while. I'm not entirely sure.
No, it's fine.
I put a call, left a message.
Right.
Yeah. He'll bring back that chest that Egyptian chest. Egyptian-like chest is the easiest way to put it. Okay. Well, I mean, if we're gonna be heading somewhere, might as well go get ready.
Yep.
And then you're looking at him, and he's wearing like a pair of Skeet's work boots.
This is the first morning we haven't seen Skeet. This is the first morning we haven't seen Skeet.
I hope that's just a coincidence.
Maybe we should take a little trip out to the treehouse.
Yep.
You guys are never gonna get anywhere. As soon as you go to the treehouse, better go make sure Simon's still getting ready.
Simon, would you mind, if I said to put together some supplies, would you know what kind of supplies I mean?
Like what? Like what?
You know, rope.
Rope. Oh,
I
rope.
Althea, I can put together some supplies if you two go speak with Skeet.
Rope.
He's probably fairly shaken up. I would recommend that he not come with us for this one.
Skeet, I would also recommend he not come with us.
I just want to check on him.
I'm also worried about him, so let's just let him know I'm asking about him, and I'll get the supplies together.
Sure.
Okay, so Marion and Simon will get the supplies together.
Because it sounds like Simon doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he doesn't go out
He's a
on,
book person.
right? It was him and Alastair who started this up.
Alastair. Well, Simon already said himself that Alastair was the man of action.
He's the brains of the op.
Well, I asked if he would know what I meant because, he picked up a bedpan as a weapon when trying to.
Yeah, those what he
so.
could reach.
It's a
The place is full of scalpels and other sharp objects.
Yeah, but where he was standing,
Had a bedpan.
right next to him.
Which is still interesting to me because I've mostly had dead people in there.
Mostly?
Yeah.
It's actually true. Dead people don't usually need bedpans.
No, they don't.
Unless
Yeah,
you
but
were
I'm-
using it to put innards in.
Or
you
I was
use a
so
tray.
engrossed in my work that I'm the one who needed the bedpan.
Oh.
No.
I would hope not.
Anyway, moving on.
Wow.
Moving on.
Classy.
No, this was the opposite of such, I'm pretty sure. To the treehouse?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Althea and Amos, you head outside. Start heading toward the treehouse. As you're crossing over the road, as you look back, and on the further end of the house, there's a really large, garage, if you will, where your fleet of apparently Packard Twin Sixes, or other type of vehicles.
Apparently I have a car type.
I just like saying it. I don't care who cares. So no, that was a fake laugh. So
He's mad with
no,
that.
but you look over and you can see that he's waxing a Packard Twin Six. Skeet is over and he's sort of cleaning up the outside, and he has the turtle wax or whatever is the 20s, probably turtle wax. And he seems to be working on the outside of one of your vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Packard Twin
Found him.
Six.
Skeet.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Morning.
We just came to check in since we didn't see you at breakfast.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And you look down, and there's a little table off to the side, like a tool chest. And on top of the tool chest is like a half of a jug of orange juice.
Yeah, I knew it.
Right? And he sort of just looks at that for a second and looks back. Yes, ma'am. I had a little bit of a quick breakfast this morning. My accent is different all over again.
Yep.
Quick breakfast this morning, and now I'm out here doing this here now, look.
All right. Well, we thought we'd just check in. Marion was a bit concerned. Normally we see you. at
Marion was
breakfast.
concerned. Marion was concerned. Concerned about what?
Part of the world are you from?
Everywhere.
Right.
Oh yeah, remember he's from around.
Right. Come around.
He's from around.
Round. Sorry.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no. Well, there's something on the go today.
We'll probably be heading out in a little while.
You want me to drive?
No, that's all right. I think
You don't. I haven't been out with you in a while. I'm useful. And he's like, with his coveralls, his overalls, the buttons and the
Well,
shirt that's not really there,
be
and he's
fair-
got the suspender straps, and he's like, I'm quite helpful, quite helpful.
to be fair, you guys, the rest of you didn't experience this, but I know that he is quite the driver when he needs to be.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Excuse us, Skeet, and I kind of like pull Althea off to the side.
He's just sort of looking at you both.
Did we not discuss this morning that there is a possible connection between Skeet and the entire the possible organizational committee of the lodge we're about to go to?
Yes.
And we want him to be our getaway driver?
Well,
Put our entire escape plan, should it need to be an escape plan, in the hands of a man who may, with a significant chance of probability, be connected to the people we're about to infiltrate.
oh, okay. Okay, how about, yeah, I mean, yeah, you make a point. You make a good point, yeah. Well, okay, yeah, okay. You can be the one to tell him he can't go, though.
Oh,
And Amos, you look back, and he's just like sad face, just like he's like a dog chained up in the yard, right? And he's not allowed. He hasn't been asked to go anywhere. Nobody takes him. Nobody takes him for a walk. And lately, everyone treats him with suspicion. The only people he considers his friends, and they're all looking at him and asking him weird
Listen here,
questions.
DM. Listen here, keeper.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But
Enough of that emotional manipulation.
there's Skeet there. And he's like,
just slowly
I can't-
so where are we going?
I can't tell if that's like
Where are we going?
It should be like reverse psychology. You're gonna take him, right?
Yeah, where are we going?
One sec, Skeet. So it
I'll get the car ready. Just like, runs into the garage for a second.
I love it. I love it so much.
if this turns into another machete situation, I swear to God.
Skeet, can you make sure that you take the car with the stainless steel sides?
And he sort of just sticks his head out. That's all you see is from the side of the garage, just his head out. Yes, ma'am.
Maybe add some steel to the front and the back as well.
One drive right.
All right, fine.
One drive right. Take me a little while to do it. Might a couple days. Yeah, that take some time, ma'am.
All right, never mind.
Access
then.
changed again.
We have no. We don't have.
You don't like
we don't
that
have
one?
any time. That's fine. Just just
Lower thunder.
the bulletproof car would be good.
There might be more than one of those now, ma'am.
Just one with the least amount of holes in it.
Oh, I fixed all the holes that were in there. No, I haven't. That's only yesterday, day before. I've been working on it. I'll make sure we get a good one. This is pretty straightforward. No ejector seats, stuff like that.
No, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't. All right, that's a discussion for later.
And he sort of winks and goes, "Yes, ma'am."
Yes, because we all know what that means. It means that it's not going to be discussed later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll pull around in a couple minutes if you want, ma'am.
Sure.
How many of us going?
I'm going to regret the fuck out of this.
Probably. It's going to be 5 of us plus you.
Oh. Okay. We should all be able to fit in a packet.
6. Oh, God.
In a packet?
Oh, God.
Anyway, I'm just going to take a hold of the coat that Amos is wearing and just kind of start pulling him back to the house. It's like, this is a losing
Skeet
battle.
looks so happy.
This is a losing battle. Let's just go and deal with the consequences later.
We might be the consequences later.
You know, I don't have a response for that.
There isn't one until we're in the thick of it. Fuck.
A sigh. At this point, Agatha, you walk out the front door, and you see Amos and Althea heading back to the house. Amos seems to be a bit
Flustered?
Cigarette in one hand, flask in the other.
flustered. Althea seems a little bit like doesn't know what to say. But yeah. And you will both see Agatha if there's anything you want to talk about.
How was Father O'Malley?
It's gonna take time. But I seem to have left him in a little bit higher spirits anyway. He's got some things to contemplate maybe, but he's exhausted. It's understandable. He's just exhausted, but like I said, patience and time and knowing that he's in a safe space is important. If we can maintain that, that's very important.
That's good. I'll make sure Cadbury continues to keep an eye on while we're gone.
Mm-hmm. Do you have my Lee Enfield?
Right here.
Thank you. And I'm going to grab it from with my ammunition and everything.
I'm assuming it didn't take very long to get some stuff together.
No, at this point, you're sort of also in the foyer, just bringing stuff out that you're going to put into the vehicle.
The car is going to be around in just a moment.
A random collection of things that may be useful.
Yeah.
Who's driving the car?
That's mistake number 2 of the day.
The best driver we have.
And then, Agatha, you hear the cucaracha. Because now that's what the horn is.
Subtle.
And you see Skeet drive up. And he's sort of got like all the windows down.
Oh.
And he just drives up and he's just like, hey! And he holds up his hand and it's got like a jug of orange juice.
What even is this person?
Oh.
We don't know
You're
yet.
coming with us.
And he sort of calls out, yes, ma'am.
All right.
I'm driver.
I'm just going to look
Get
at
you where you go?
Amos. I'm going to look at Amos knowing everything that he said earlier and just be like, really?
I'm gonna also look at Amos and I'm gonna say that's great, Skeets. It's good to know there are people you can take at their word. And I'm gonna go and sit in the car.
Take it. I did not say anything of the sort.
Simon walks out, looks, chuckles. Looks at Amos, shakes his head, goes down and starts putting apparently rope into the trunk.
He's
You never
carrying
know
a
when
lot
you're
of
gonna need
rope.
it.
Yeah, and there's a
Carrying a lot.
various
You always
others.
need it.
There's rain gear and there's
couple of lanterns.
lanterns, a pickaxe.
A picnic basket with some sandwiches in it.
Oh, well, I mean, Cadbury.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He
There's
probably
some
put a
food.
gun
Look this
underneath the
up.
sandwiches.
Just bullet sandwich.
I'm making all of the horrible judgment calls. I'm letting a potential what's the suspect drive us to the place of danger, and I gave a half-blind person a gun.
Sounds like an epic night out.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna.
Pretty sure it's Thursday. That sounds like Thursday stuff.
I'm gonna. I'll just walk over to the passenger side window.
Yeah.
That's down or
Yeah.
whatever. And I'll just poke my head in and say, "Hey, Carl."
Skeet's looking at you a little bit confused.
Okay.
He's like,
Never mind.
ma'am, my name's Skeet.
Never mind.
Who's Carl?
Have we told you anything about?
You a friend of Ulrich's?
Psychology check.
Let's go ahead.
Good luck with that.
My psychology is actually pretty good.
Remember-
it's not that good though. 68 out of
Remember when we
50.
had that discussion about how Skeet needs to understand what he's thinking before we can understand
Why
what he's
is he
thinking?
rolling? Oh, no.
I forgot to take my dice out. Says Skeet.
I was just testing something, that's all.
Yes, ma'am. Different accent altogether.
No.
Nobody likes my accents.
No, it's a true laugh. That was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be. I don't know. But I'm Skeet.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the Skeet that still owes me a very long conversation.
About what, man?
Everything.
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 There's no more stills now, man. Now that I got my treehouse and ported Italian wood,
This isn't about the treehouse or the stills.
there's not much else I know.
Why don't we hash it out before we leave? Huh?
I've got
Or in the car on the way.
We do need to get going.
We have a
it's around 11 a.m.
We do need to get going. Let's just pack up the car.
Okay.
And we'll give him the directions on the way. We'll tell him where we're going.
Okay. So,
Back up would have been nice.
3 in the front, 3 in the back.
I am going to tell Cadbury, because Cadbury's my backup.
Yeah, Cadbury's up at the top of the steps. He seems to be looking at Amos and is like, he's just got his eye down, like, you basically mentally talking to you. Nothing better happen to Althea. Something happens to Althea, something gonna happen to you.
When he looks at me, I look back, I'm like, the last time was in the house. Then I get in the car.
I'm going to give Cadbury the location of where we're going.
Oh.
And tell him that if we're not back in a few hours, to take one of the cars and follow along behind us.
Okay, ma'am.
And maybe come armed to the teeth, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll round up some of the staff to come with me too. Some names come to mind: Frank, Jonah, James.
Hey, the ladies can hold their own too. Okay.
Yes,
Throw
yes.
some of the
So
women
far,
in.
though, I find it amusing that for every staff member, the last 3, they're all men.
Yeah, that's because there were a bunch of women last time.
We had Barb and
that's-
Lily.
Barb and a Delilah. Yeah.
Delilah, yeah. That's a good name. I'm not.
Anyway, all right.
Wait, wasn't she the one that had her hit?
No, leave
Yeah.
it alone.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
You're all wonderful. Continue.
With them.
Yeah, so vehicles loaded up. Who wants to be in front with Skeet? I'm just going to say there's 3 in front, 3 in back.
I'll sit in the
It's a
front.
bit roomy.
Althea can sit in the front.
I'll sit in the window seat.
I'll
Are
sit
you gonna sit in the middle?
directly behind
I
Skeet.
can.
Oh, I thought there was like 3 seats in the front. It used to be that they never used to have the partition in them.
Yes, I mean, there's 3 in front, 3 in back.
Yeah, so I'll sit by the window
I'll sit in front.
in the middle.
And you'll sit in the middle?
Yeah.
So in the back would be Amos, Marion, and Simon.
Yeah.
I'm just like
Simon's in the middle.
I hope
face
so.
palming while I'm sitting back here being like, oh, fuck.
He's like, Amos. Simon looks at him, he's like, we got this. I mean, honestly, if we don't got it, it's not like we'll have much else to worry about, right? I
Hey, Simon.
wish Alastair was here. He'd say something like optimistic. I mean, yeah?
Did you bring your bedpan?
My bread pan?
Your bedpan.
Bed pan? Mm-hmm. Is that what that thing was?
It is. What
Oh,
it is.
God. He's like, oh, I gotta wash my hands. And he sort of wipes his hands on Alastair's coat.
And I'll turn back and say,
at,
okay,
Amos's
Skeet.
coat.
Yeah, and I'll say, okay, Skeet, we can go now.
Ah!
You just hear the audible sound of a gun cocking.
As Skeet goes and is driving for a round. Unless you want to be talking to Skeet,
And the heroes move on.
because I can just progress time.
I think that makes most sense.
Do we want to interrogate Skeet on the way?
Oh, we'll tell them where we're going.
I got nothing. I
That's what I was waiting
nothing.
for, because I was going to be like, hey, 15 minutes go by, and as you're driving around, Skeet's like, so, where are we going?
Yeah, I said we'd tell them where we were going, like when we left.
SIlver Twilight Lodge, man.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I don't know where it is.
Well, give him the location.
Yeah.
The address.
He can't see your eyes. You're
I
like,
know,
I
I'm just doing that.
I know. I'm just having fun. Oh my God, you're gonna be okay.
No.
Don't make me
we're all
bring
gonna
Montgomery
die.
back. Derail the whole mission. You should not be. Everyone should not be this happy. We're getting to certain
I'm
hard
literally
points.
I've put us in a position where we're all gonna die.
They were literally like if this was a movie, we'd be driving away and all the camera would see leaving would be Amos's face pressed up against the car window going
All I can think of is the song. Wise men say only fools rush in.
That song is about love.
Gonna say,
Yeah, I was about to say. Like,
that's not very appropriate here at all.
could be.
It could be.
If this were a movie, what would be happening right now is there'd be one static shot of everybody in the car and it's dead silence.
And then
So where are we going, man?
Skeet drinking orange juice.
Slurping orange.
I can't help packing all my ammo.
Okay, no, we're going to.
Okay, let's stay on point,
Anyways,
people.
yeah.
Let's stay on point. So basically, it's a fairly quiet 30 to 35 minute drive.
Okay.
If there's any conversations anyone want to have in the vehicle before you get there, by all means.
So what is the plan? What are we gonna walk on in there? Simon, what is this place like? Do you know anything about this place?
No,
All
I just
right.
know it's the renovation sort of or the way.
No.
There's a knock on the front door, but like, sup, we're here to see your boss. Let us in.
You haven't discussed it. So that hasn't been discussed.
How are we gonna get into this place?
I'm just imagining. I'm sorry.
You brought rope, right?
I'm just imagining all of this massive occult headquarters, and all of these cultists around, and coming up the driveway is this Packard Twin Six loaded with people, and Skeet blowing the horn.
Listen.
You know what? The only thing does this have a top hat?
Listen,
does it have a roof?
If we wanted the element of surprise, nothing would be more surprising than that.
That's fair. Is there? Can you stand up in this thing? Is there a hole in the roof? Like
There isn't a hole in the roof, but you can mention it to Skeet, and he can build one eventually.
Because the only way that makes this better is if I stand on top of the car with a hook at the end of a rope, twirl it, and then throw it at the top level of the building.
Okay, we're just
You know
gonna
what?
give it a second for
This is-
everyone to get together.
Well, this
get
whole
it
thing
together.
started with you going, Simon, do you know anything about this place? No.
Oh, we're masterminds!
You know what? I think that's a great plan. Draw them out the front.
Yeah!
Well, it's
an armor-plated car, right?
Yeah, it
Well,
is. It
There we
is.
go.
as a keeper. As a keeper, it blows my mind because you've known about the SIlver Twilight Lodge for a long time. About, especially that Alastair was here somewhere. And you've spent so many episodes researching and doing all of these things, and not once has this discussion been had. What do we do when we get there?
No, we just literally decided, okay, are we gonna go? Yeah, get
We
in
really-
the fucking car.
We really need to deal with this problem.
We should throw some rope in the trunk and let's go.
Stop the fucking car!
You should. You have to leave this in though. This has to. Because I don't know how many Cthulhu games has everyone laughing this hard. This is stress laughter. This is stress laughter.
Oh, we all know we're gonna die! That's our own damn fault! Oh, God, we're fucking dumb!
And so the heroes progress.
In our own defense, we wanted to go here earlier,
yeah.
but we kept getting sidetracked by other things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We all just lost 2 sanity.
Like we wanted to go, and then Father O'Reilly
no,
said,
it's
"No, we have to go to Heinrich's place." So that took like a month and a half.
No, I know.
Oh god.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay, we'll just give people a minute here to take some breaths. And we'll deal with it as it comes.
Stop the fucking car!
Give it a cut. I don't know how he's gonna leave a little bit of it.
Yeah, this.
Oh,
Because
some of it's gonna stay. Fuck it.
we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Most of it's gonna stay. Fuck it.
Okay.
When you tell me 0, I'm gonna go ahead a couple more minutes.
You know what? I might just do
Yeah.
that. We just cut it to the radio announcers, but like, 3 hours later.
You could do that little cut in between.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly what I could do.
so is everyone okay?
Yeah.
No.
I love my choice of horn now, but let's no.
Sure. I tried researching the SIlver Twilight Lodge, and that was like the one library
it
use
was
role that I
terrible.
failed.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like as we're on the way, I'm like, wait, hang on a sec. Do any of us have we ever researched the building itself?
I wasn't able to find anything.
Yeah.
Can we stop at the library first?
No.
Or the city records.
So the thing is that what you did find out was it almost seemed as like the building was built overnight.
That's right.
You did find that out, that it was really quick, and you're not sure if it was because of a failed check or not, but you couldn't find blueprints
Yeah.
for the building. So Simon, we'll go back to this, when you asked me if he knows about the building, okay, and says, no. And then he says, but,
Oh, there was a but.
but, still no. No, he says, but, I mean, it's probably, you know, it's probably laid out as more of like a gentleman's club, right? So it's probably the main floor entrance probably has some kind of grandiose foyer, which will lead them into some, maybe, I'm guessing, but from what I've seen with other, well, like a church. It'll have some kind of grand foyer, which will lead into maybe an assembly area, maybe where the gentlemen, if you will, meet up to chat and stuff, and maybe in the upstairs areas are, I don't know, rooms or
Like a smoking room?
yeah,
Should
maybe
we
like
turn
that.
the car around and get dressed up?
Or should we perhaps come back at night when we can sneak in?
Because half of
This
it-
is around 11 to 11:30
But
a.m.
we can scout the building.
That's a good idea.
Actually makes the most sense.
And we can try and find some more information at the library as well.
Do you have binoculars on hand?
I put some in the trunk, yes.
Oh, bless you. All right, that's a great idea. Why don't we do that?
This is our scouting mission. Then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, yeah, going in
Agatha.
gung ho is not really gonna help.
No, I'd rather not. Just because apparently I can get blown out of a window doesn't mean I want to repeat that.
Okay. So you after around 35 minutes because
Skeets, when you arrive at the SIlver Twilight Lodge, don't drive up through the driveway. Circle the block.
oh yeah yes ma'am. Sounds-
And drop us off at do we want to stick together for scouting?
Oh, we are sticking together. Okay, hang on a second. We have scouted out exactly 2 places before this one outside of Swill's Gullet, and we separated one of those 2 times. And that one time, we almost had a sacrificial lamb. So, no.
Actually, I was thinking we would stay in the car for the first circle of the block at
Even
least
better.
until we knew more the lay of the land.
Oh,
Even
fair enough.
better.
better.
I'm sorry, Althea. If I have to go back to your house and deal with Cadbury, with you having been potentially nearly sacrificially, altered again, I might not survive.
Oh, you'll be fine. Don't let him get to you. He knows it's usually my fault.
You said that we can die, right, Simon?
Well, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm assuming.
Man's been
Althea,
in the
there
war.
are,
He's got secrets.
Althea, there are stories behind that statement.
Oh, well, I've done a lot of traveling and stuff.
Oh,
Oh dear.
And Skeet is the one you don't trust.
Well,
I'm imbued with confidence.
I was the only child of an extremely wealthy family. I did a lot of traveling and,
I did wonderful things, stuff you can't even dream of.
I like this dope, but I do dope shit.
You did dope and shit. Yes.
Let's just say I've spent some of my younger years making some poor decisions, and we'll just leave it at that.
Younger years. How old are you?
32.
And then Skeet speaks up and says, "That's a rude question. You'd never ask a lady her age.
well said.
Where'd my accent go this time? It's a weird one now."
I was questioning your current decisions. Anyway.
So Skeet says, "Oh, seems like we're getting up to the area now."
Oh, good.
So he's coming. So it's basically gridded. So he's coming up the road, and then you see it's up a little bit on a hill. Like, I mean, the whole.
Like a rise, an incline.
Yeah. So, but you notice it isn't like a separate estate. There are buildings around it. It has a fairly large, like walled yard, like with hedges on top. You know what I mean, like plants and stuff around. But I mean, there are other buildings around. It isn't secluded like Heinrich's house. Is my point. It's, It's in Boston,
Cool.
right? But one thing you all notice right away, just go, you're a fair distance away. He's not pulling up to the house.
Yeah.
It is fairly large. Like a large sort of like,
Your country club.
yeah, exactly. But you notice there's a lot of vehicles sort of coming and going up, and it's sort of like you see in hotels where there's a road going up on a half loop, and then a road leaving, and there's like an overhang, so the vehicles can park under it, offload stuff, and continue on through the main entrance. It's a large double doors. And you notice right away they're like delivery vehicles, and you can see food and like different things being delivered.
Is it
I'm
like
gonna ask
catering
this.
vehicles? And stuff
Yeah, it
like that?
seems to be.
Can I make a spot hidden roll with the binoculars to see what they're delivering?
Like specifically what they're delivering, because they're cased up. You know, there's food, but like it's not like just open food.
Well, I mean, if I can see like any text or individuals, like any kind of marking that's worth seeing.
No, just roll a spot hidden, and we'll see if something comes up.
Why am I asking to roll spot hidden? 76 out of 63. I'm not rolling very well. Pass.
And that's
Can I
fair.
ask a question?
Sure.
These delivery people, are they going inside the building to drop it off, or is someone receiving them?
Something. Someone is receiving them. So as you notice that they go up to the door and the doors are open, you see figures walking out. They seem to be wearing staff clothing. You know, like you know what I mean, like a uniform. And there's people there that are accepting the packages. And usually there's always one person by the door who seems to be signing the invoices for the stuff that's being delivered.
Can
Yeah.
I borrow those binoculars? from you?
Yeah, I'm useless.
Can I see if I can see who the person is signing off of? If it's anybody I recognize?
Yo, okay, fair enough. That's just a spot hidden. It is a bit of a distance, but you know, binoculars.
79 out of 66.
Ah, yeah.
Does it look like they're receiving, being someone who would have been open and attending large events and stuff like that, does it look like they're receiving enough stuff that they might be planning an event?
Yes. Yes. Could you also roll me a credit rating, please?
Damn.
It comes up from time to time.
25 out of 56. No, 29, sorry, out of 56.
Put a tick in credit rating. So, because you're a little bit of high society, you do recognize that these delivery trucks are from expensive restaurants, expensive, like high-end pastries. The Duke is one of them, this famous pastry shop.
That's funny because I know of a Duchess bakery, so.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, okay. Yes, very nice.
Somebody's having or planning a party.
That's clearly what it looks like.
Can I take a look at the yard? So the surroundings. So
Sure.
what's like? Are there trees? Is it just open grass? What's in the area surrounding?
Okay, so you won't need a spot hidden for this, but you do notice that there are some trees in the yard itself. But it seems like the yard seems fairly large as well, but it goes around. So basically, you have the wall, like a stone wall that seems to be around the
How
estate.
tall is the wall?
7 feet,
Okay.
give or take. You know what I mean? 7 to 8 feet. But the grounds around, from your vantage point, and you're looking on the other side, it seems to be a little bit overgrown. It doesn't seem like it's super maintained, which is rare for something like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, the grounds seem to be a little bit overgrown. Yeah. I mean, you could go to away from the main entrance and try to look over the wall to see more, but you can't really see the backyard right now.
Should we drive around the block, see if we can see the back, or other sides?
No, we should check every inch of the perimeter that we can. Yeah. Got time.
Can we just drive around the block? See if we
Okay,
can
so
see from the other side?
Skeet does, continues driving around the block, around to another end, and there's like a parking lot on the other side, like more of a storage yard, I should say. And then you can see the stone wall, and you can sort of see the back of the manor house, which looks very similar to the front. There's windows and stuff like that. Seems all the curtains are drawn, are closed, Everything seems to be like you can't see in any windows. Plus, it's daytime, right? You can't really see in any windows or anything. You do notice from this angle that at the top of the manor house there seems to be almost like a bell tower. Like a, you know what I mean? A square structure rising from the attic, sort of like a topped off.
That could be a problem.
Yeah.
Did I notice that there was any uniforms being utilized by the staff that were delivering?
Yeah, they did see, not the staff delivering it.
Receiving,
they seem to be wearing uniforms. You never got a really close look, but it just seemed to be they were all wearing the same white shirt. They were all also wearing suspenders, which were a dark color. They seemed to all be wearing a dark pants. I mean, just the people receiving all seemed to be wearing.
Were they all men?
From what you saw, yes, they were.
Ladies and gentlemen, I may have just found an excuse to possibly use my disguise skill. Well, they're having a party. That's good. Makes it infinitely easier to get in.
Yeah. We could potentially talk to one of these caterers or delivery people to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can find out about this party. It's not something I would be invited to, obviously. It's a gentleman's club. But I'm interested to know if it's a private party or if people in the community have been invited to attend.
Is it worth having someone go with you? I don't know how are you gonna ask to get. I don't.
Oh, I won't be able to go in. I mean, like, just to see if there's people I know in Boston that I can ask about, you know, men who are rich if they've been invited to a party at this gentleman's club.
And if they know anything about it?
Particularly influential men. People who would have a lot of sway in the city.
Well, none of us fit that description.
Simon?
Both.
Yes.
What, since... I don't know if this is the first time you've seen the lodge itself.
It is.
Do you have a sense of where Alastair might be being held?
I just know he's there. It is a bit strange. Normally, I should be able to like pinpoint it better, but it's hazy. It's hard to see through.
That can't be anything good. So, do we want to approach this as guests or as staff?
Well, as women, we won't be allowed. It's a gentleman's club. Women are not allowed into a gentleman's.
Not even a staff, eh?
Generally not.
Not generally, no.
Not
We
as
would
the
have
kind of
to-
staff we would want to go as.
We would have to
Yeah.
sneak in. That's why I was hoping there'd be a back door.
Well, the thing is, you haven't looked over.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we park? And just so we can take a look over the wall?
Okay, so as you park, on the other side of the road, not in that little alleyway, and you're all about to hop out, Emma, or is that my assumption?
I would ask Simon to stay and watch the car with Ski. Keep Ski company if you don't mind. Any opposition to that idea?
Nope.
Okay, so you're all hopping out.
Yeah.
So you all hop out of the vehicle, and then Skeet sort of puts the window and he's like, yous all going to sneak up and look? All of you?
That's a fair point.
He seems just like not very, sneaky.
I'll go with
I'm not
Marion.
sneaky.
I can go look if you want. I'm pretty sneaky.
I'll lean against the car. You know what? I'm going to say... I'll stay with these guys at the car. I'm slow as hell. Not as young as I once was.
We could split up and go in. One of us take one direction, one of us take the other. On either side.
The last time that happened, that one was
Althea.
Althea was nearly sacrificially stabbed.
Fine. Then Althea, why don't you stay here as well, and Agatha and I will go closer and look over the wall.
All right, fine. Go
Without
ahead.
the splitting up, right?
While you're gone, I'll try coming up with a list of people I can ask about this event, maybe.
Great idea. Yeah, that's well. Why don't you, me, and Simon come up with something smarter than knock on the front door, and these two do the heavy lifting.
We don't have a knife in the car, do we?
Luck roll.
Well, hang on. I might actually have a knife.
I have a wrench.
I do not definitely.
I have a wrench, apparently.
No, 83 out of 75. Because I'm leaving my Lee Enfield behind.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Great
In the middle of the day in Boston.
If you move to grab it, I will just sort of grab your hand
I
and be
wanted
like, maybe not.
I wanted something that I could have that if something untoward happened, I could defend. That was the only.
I'm just gonna jump ahead a little bit. I'm pretty sure there is a stealth skill. I'm just gonna get you to roll stealth. I'm not saying failure means you're seen. It's just you're trying to be stealthy. You might as well.
49 out of 35.
14 out of 44.
Boom! Ticking stealth.
I love it.
It doesn't necessarily mean a failure. It just means how sneaky you are. If somebody was watching, right, then I'd have to take 2 dice like this, and I'd have to do this. Okay, so you both walk up to the stone wall. It is closer to 8 feet, so it's between 7 and 8 feet high. Are you jumping up and pulling yourselves up to look into the back, or?
I was gonna do the locking of the hands and seeing if Marion could step in and I'd lift her up.
Certainly.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, so Marion, you're propped up just enough so you can sort of look over the edge, and you're looking into the backyard. It's fairly overgrown, like fairly overgrown. The grass isn't trampled down. Or anything. It doesn't look like people spend a lot of time back here. But you do see a door that's back here. And it opens up to a small little deck. Okay? And you can notice 2 men on the deck smoking. They both seem to be wearing... Now that you're a bit closer, you can see exactly the color of the pants. They're a dark navy blue. They're wearing black suspenders, white long-sleeved button-up shirt. They're also wearing the same shoes, and they're a type of dress shoe that you've seen. You know what I mean? Like, you see what the uniform is, and they're just 2 guys that seem to be having... 2 staff members seem to be having a cigarette on this back deck. You can see that there's like a small metal tin, like a little bucket with sand in it, and they just seem to be chatting to each other about nothing. You know what I mean? Like just having a smoke. And then they, put the cigarette out, and then they sort of open up the door. And as they open up the door, I need you to roll a spot hidden.
Okay.
There's Alastair.
34 out of 60.
Put
Nice.
a tick in spot hidden.
I mean,
You
shit.
notice that it seems to open up into almost like a wardrobe.
Oh.
Like, not a wardrobe, but it opens up into like a coat room. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But you see all these robes.
Oh, Jesus.
You see all these hooded robes. Not. They seem to also be sort of the same color as the pants, sort of like a navy blue. A navy blue. But yeah, you do see it. And then the sort of door closes.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Call. We stream on Twitch Wednesdays from 3 to 6 p.m. for our World Building Wednesdays, Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. for our Ko-fi donated voter game, which is currently Prey, and Sundays from 3 to 6 p.m. where we have open Q&As where normally we'd be editing, and if there is more to edit, that's where we'll be having that until lockdown is up. Once we've recorded episodes for The Call 1973, you can expect to see those edits happening there. Until then, please leave us a review on your platform of choice and subscribe where able to so that you can know when The Call 1973 begins. The game system used today was Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition by Chaos. Music, sound effects, and ambient track licensed through Triune Films, Video Copilot, and Artlist. You can find all of Twisted Gear Studios' podcasts on YouTube, Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please follow and like Twisted Gear Studios on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. Your players this evening were Janessa Coles, Lindsay Zelansky, Zach Baird, and Elizabeth Wells. Your audio operator tonight was Rob Hickey, and your GM or keeper this evening was Derek Snow. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.